go. Chat module's not wanting to load. Probably bring that up a little bit. Maybe trimmer. Our upper mid's a touch. Too high, we're going to lose a little too much edge. That sounds pretty nice. All right, let's see. Let's let Discord know we're live. Let's see, I think I wanted to learn, go post on Facebook too, but I think I wanted to learn a bossa nova tune today. Twitch.tv/. There we go. To get the real book pulled up. Bring the guitar over this way a little. Let's see if Brazil is in the real book. Aquarel de Brasil. It doesn't look like it, unfortunately. We could do wave. Really have Brazil on the brain, though. Consider that in a minute. Doo-doo-doo. Let me see if I can find a lead sheet for it. Let's see. Let's try this one. Let's see. Just open it with Firefox. Yeah, this version's a little too smooth jazz. Da, 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 da. Let's see. This one looks like it's from a real book transcription, but it's only part of it. Da ba ba da 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 da. That's pretty accurate. If I can find the full version of this chart, that'll be the one to do. Brazil, la da 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 da. That's a bad key. Do 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 do. That one's for saxophone, so that's definitely a bad key. La da do 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 do. Let's use the full name, which is Aquarela Brazil. Yeah, I was totally missing the bridge section. Come on now. Totally missing the bridge section. Do-do-do. Figure that A minor 7 that way. We can get the A in on top. Do-do-do. That's piano arrangement. What key is this one in? This one's in D. Walking up to the 6. B7 minor 9. Interesting. Not quite the voicings that I would expect. That's a really pretty voicing of that chord. An A13 minor 9. So ba da da da. Ba, ba, D major 9. It's cool. Let's see if I can download this chart somehow. Might just have to copy the screen. This is a really good chord chart for this. La, da, using a little higher voicing than I would play typically. G13 flat 9. All right, so we probably want to now that voicing doesn't really work with the voice leading though. Let's see if there's a recommended voicing for it. That's not really a 13 when you have the 6 inside the octave, though. I would probably call that. Yeah, that's strange. Strange. Oh, it's got the 9. It's got the flat 9 in the bass. Interesting. I mean, that's functionally a diminished chord. But it segs into that A6 voicing wise. With kind of minimal fuss, which I guess is why they voiced it that way. La da da dum. Da da dum. K-pop emotes on Twitch? What? Is that like the monthly special when you get subs or whatever? It unlocks K-pop emotes. La da da dum. Oh Lord. Maybe instead of Weeb Wednesdays, we'll have to have Koreaboo Wednesdays. I don't think I've ever played a single K-pop song, though. I don't think I could even name a single K-pop song, honestly. Thinking this voicing is so weird. I was trying to find a chart for Aquarela do Brasil, the bossa tune. And, it looks like pretty much all of the charts and lead sheets for it are stuck behind paywalls, though I did find one just kind of straight up chord chart for it. It doesn't have the melody on it at all. But it's got some fun chord voicings. La da 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 da. You know, or I guess really it's a little bit pre-bossa. It would be more like samba, a little too old to be bossa. Play a really slow version of it as I kind of work through the chord changes. So samba's a bit older. Samba is usually quite a bit. See if I can find some examples that'll show you. Samba is usually played, I mean, there's a range obviously, but usually played quite a bit faster. Bossa, in a lot of cases, tends to be kind of like the same types of changes and harmonies, but usually a little more jazzy and usually a little bit slower, a little more kind of mellow. But, I mean, Tropicalia is kind of a generic or a catch-all term though for the sort of emphasis like on the Brazilian, the Brazilian locale and sound and artistry and creation and stuff in Brazil in like the maybe the 50s through the 60s. Um, to an extent, bossa would kind of fall under, especially the sort of bossa craze that occurred would sort of fall under the Tropicalia umbrella. But it's not really like explicitly a style of music in the same way. There are things in both the sort of genres of samba and bossa and other Brazilian genres that would still kind of be caught up in Tropicalia. But what's up, Overside? How are you? Let's see if there's. Oh, that's like a 20-minute video. But what I would do is I would say find like, yeah, here's a good one. There's several good videos from percussionists kind of demonstrating the difference between bossa and samba, and that's sort of the big thing, because if you listen to them like chord-wise and harmony-wise, they're usually pretty similar, but the samba tends to have a lot more aggressive, like higher tempos, more aggressive kind of feel. Uh, Usually the chords aren't quite as dense. You don't start hearing like a lot of these sort of really rich chords when they're played as straight sambas. They tend to be more forceful. Bossa tends to be more kind of laid back, more of that sort of jazzy kind of lush harmony. But I mean, there's a ton of overlap between them. Bossa is in a sense kind of like the successor or an extension of samba in a certain way. So that Les Paul he bought on Goodwill. That like the thing that gets me about that video, like I mentioned in the Discord, in the Discord, is that he makes out like with that sort of clickbaity title, like he found this amazing old Les Paul at Goodwill, implying that it was some kind of steal or something. But whenever it was on Goodwill a few weeks ago, me and my dad were watching it on there because my dad checks Goodwill religiously, and it brought, I want to say like $6,500 or $6,800 or something ridiculous, like over $6,000, which is way too much for a Les Paul late 50s Les Paul special that's had a broken neck and that has that jacked up. But people overpay for things like crazy on Shop Goodwill. And I find that kind of amusing. Presumably he paid for it with his Patreon or I don't know how big his YouTube channel is or anything, but still, I mean, that guitar should be like $3,500, $4,000 maybe at a push. Well, I mean, if that guitar were on eBay, it wouldn't have brought anywhere near that much. It's like specifically Goodwill. I guess people think because they're on Goodwill that they're going to be getting a deal, like they're getting some secret deal that nobody else knows about. But like consistently, almost everything on Goodwill brings substantially more than it would bring pretty much anywhere else. Either that or Shop Goodwill has like shill bots that just bid everything up. Hey, PV Allen Jr., what's up? P. Van Allen Jr., P. Van. I mean, people give all kinds of ridiculous stuff to Goodwill. All kinds of ridiculous stuff. I mean, I've seen pre-war Martins on there that seem to be in pretty good shape, and I mean, they brought an absolute fortune. You just never know. But I mean, that one was way too rough to have brought that much money. Just way too rough. You know, and still needs, you know, going by his video, still needs a ton of work to really properly be playable. La da 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 da. What voicing are they using for this D major 9? Same one? Yeah, same one. La da da da. These are PowerShell inlays. They have a little more kind of blue in them than abalone usually does. Da 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 da. You can especially see it on like this one and this one up here. They have a little more kind of blue color. Bossa Monday. Yeah, I sort of have. I have the song Brazil stuck in my head, so I've been trying to find a good chart for it. You know, a good lead sheet or chart or something. And all I've really found, the only thing decent I've found is a chord chart. All of the lead sheets and stuff like that seem to be locked behind paywalls, which is really annoying. You would think there would be a good one somewhere. You know, but I've got that la da 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 da. If I could speak Portuguese, I would try singing it. But Brasil, moi Brasil brasileiro, meu mulato inzonheiro, o cantar de novos versos, da 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 da. Yeah, it's a really, really, really pretty tune. Probably want that voicing for the G6. So you have like an F sharp 7 augmented 5. I mean, we could also voice that way, but that's a little dark and dense. A little noise coming from somewhere. Wonder if my battery's dying. Got that little bit of rattle you can hear. That little. Might need to spray the pot out. Yeah, dude, it's all the way through Brazil. It's like the main theme from like pretty much the very first scene all the way to the very last scene. It's like a super orchestral version in that one though. Da-dum, da-da-da. I think it was originally written for a movie from the 30s or 40s though, or was at least originally featured in it. You can probably find out. Hold on. Uh-oh, somebody's car alarm's going off. Aquarela do Brasil. Wikipedia that. Aquarela do Brasil, Watercolor of Brazil, was written by Ari Barroso in 1939. Known in the English-speaking world simply as Brazil, one of the most famous Brazilian songs. Da 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 do 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 do. First performed by the baritone Candido Botelho. Wow, man, there's a bunch of versions of it. Goodness gracious. Do. Holy moly. First film use was 1942. It's been used in a ton of movies too. Jeez. Yeah, the way it's treated in the score in that movie definitely kind of pulls you in. Probably up to the 2 chord. Let's see. So the big thing to figure out really when we're doing the chords is to start working out the kind of voice leading that's going to fit when we look at these different changes. So starting off with like an E minor 9 voicing, I'll post a link to the chart that I found for the chords if anybody else wants to try it. Posted the link in chat. So you have an E minor 9. So there's several ways we can play that. Right, we're going to take an E minor 7. We're going to add an F sharp to it, basically, is all we're doing. So you could treat it that way. We could treat it this way. That's a little too, I think that's a little too dark, probably. Treat it this way. That one works pretty well. We could treat it this way. This is a little more open kind of voicing, though. This doesn't sound necessarily super minor, which we might want, because some of the bossa chords, the bossa voicings, tend to be a little ambiguous. Get this cable out from under me. and we're going to go from E minor 9 to an E minor 7. Oh yeah, let me update the title too. Oh, this actually has, yeah, this has fingerings for everything. I guess the specific fingerings for all of them. Da da da. Try to get some bass movement going in there too when it's making these types of changes. They use a little bit, kind of, it's like slightly unusual notation for some of these chord names too, like an E7/6. I mean, that's really just an E13. The slash would imply that the 6 would be in the bass, but the voicing they use doesn't have the 6 in the bass, so I'm not quite sure why they call it that, but. So it would be coming out of. G♯7, G♯7 flat 5, da 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 da. G13. flat 9. Hey, Paul, what's up? Did you find a better one? Oh, facade. Let's check it out. Da, 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 do, do, do. Oh, Baden Powell. When I was messing around with the astronaut El Astronato tune that you sent, he's actually the one that wrote that, right? From what I could see when I was looking into it, it looked like it was actually one of his tunes. Do 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 do. Substantial changes have occurred since, when were you here last? Last week sometime? Substantial good changes, I hope. Dude, that's a good resource, though. That's a lot of songs. A lot of tunes. Have to bookmark that for later. Your ex is gone, and in an ironic twist, you have a weld test for a job you kicked her out the last time. Well, that should be good money at least, hopefully, right? Alright, let's see. We were at... Oh, let's see, what is it? Da 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 da. That's not the voicing we want for that. For an E minor 11, I mean, E minor 11, we could just play all the open strings. Probably want that voicing, though. Oh, yeah, I forgot I can just hover over it. trying to move to robot. Well, I mean, if the opportunity's there, you might as well go for it. That's really cool though, like that main verse chord change. It shifts from the major, La, D major 6, D major 7, then to the parallel minor, D minor 6, D minor major 7, back to the parallel major. Makes its way up to the 2, kind of implying like the 6 chord when we have this. We have the 6 chord stated outright, then really this is like an inversion of the 6 chord. Then up to the 2. Then the 5. So it still kind of winds up being a 2-5-1. Oh, the joys of the internet. Teach yourself to weld missiles on YouTube. Or, well, missile loading trailers. The lightning deal on automatons. I think I would probably just annoy the crap out of everyone on the stream playing an automaton through pedals. Forever. For all infinity. So let's see if I can get the sort of time feel right for this. So this transition here, it has a change from F sharp minor 7 to F sharp minor 7 flat 5 to F sharp diminished. So in this case we have ba da 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 da. But the way it's charted and moving across the tones, or moving across the words of the song, make it seem like it blends a little too easily, like we don't get enough separation between the chords. No cangado cantar nova trovador a melancolia luda lua dole cantal dos amor. arrestando. Oso vestido renda. Gotta find a good voicing for that too. Da 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 da. Ese quieren da we only amarro e mignore nas note claros del mar o esis fantasma marantes onde domate migno de sede e andoi da 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 vem brincar o esse brasileiro e trinquinheiro e homo de brasileiro. Well, it'd be better if I could speak Portuguese properly. That would probably help fit it all, or Brazilian Portuguese specifically. Probably help fit it all together a little bit better. But doesn't have the timing. That's the thing. The chart doesn't have any timing at all. So I'm kind of doing it, kind of going from memory, in terms of how things synchronize. But there's a specific sequence of chords, and like the voice leading through the chords is easy enough to see. This kind of ba da 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 da. But the way it's timed across the melody as written is pretty tricky. Like Spanish without the swing. Very unusual ways of phrasing stuff, too. Not really the way you would expect in Spanish or Italian or something like that. And usually when like all the sort of bossa and samba stuff, the vocals have a little more flat kind of affectation too. At least until you get into fado. Once you get into fado, they get a little crazy. Let me see. Let me keep looking and see if I can find. A little more complete chart, because this one's basically just the chords and the lyrics. This one looks like it's just melody. Playing it in the key of F, probably. Yeah, that one's just like a little melody. That's nothing complete enough for what we need. Let's check this one out. That one's for trumpet. That's odd. You would think there would be more out there. That one's horns as well. And that's just, wow, that's one trying to sell it to you too. That's annoying. Ooh, that might be decent. Let's see if that's one you can actually get the whole thing for. Oh, that's for Cavaquinho though. I do have a Cavaquinho, but it's kind of broken. Those fingerings definitely won't work. Man. Well, shoot. Should have done more digging before the stream. But, I mean, do you guys have anything? Any particular songs you want to do? Aguas de Marco. Let's see if there's a chart for that somewhere. There's gotta be. Gotta be. Because, I mean, it's Jobim. There's gotta be a lead sheet or something from the real book for it. In fact, let me look in my real book and see if maybe it's in there. By the way, if anybody needs a copy of the real book, I have the real book on PDF, and I can upload it to Google Docs or somewhere like that. You have to read. It's there's no tab though. You have to actually read the notation. No, it's not. Dang, there's a bunch of Jobim in here, but that one's not. Naturally. Let's see. Let's get back to. Freaking music notes. La-da-da. Music notes. No, I don't want to buy it. Doodle-doo. Let's look at this one. Oh, that's a multi-instrument arrangement. That's like piano and percussion. And it's trying to sell it to me. It's a site called Free Sheet Music trying to sell me the chart. Storm coming? That's piano. See if they've got. See if they have it for other instruments. Let's try this one. Read the credits of the book. Ah, no, you have to buy it. Weak. Man, there used to be tons of sites that had all of this stuff for free. And now, like, all of the results you get are just sites trying to sell you the stuff that used to be free. Which is really irksome. There used to be multiple sites with jazz standards and bossa tunes and stuff like that that had them all available for free, and then they got taken down once Hal Leonard managed to somehow acquire the rights to the real book, which is hilarious because the whole point of the real book was that, you know, it was, well, technically illegal, but, you know, kind of a thing that was passed around without being owned by anybody. All right, let's check this one out. This one looks like it might be okay. So C over B flat. So let's move that. Let's move the melody up an octave here. F sharp minor 6 over A flat. I'm going to voice that. That's a really dense voicing if we voice that way. We could voice that. Let's see. That kind of misses out on the minor quality if we voice that way, though. Do, do, do. Da, 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 da. That voicing works pretty well. Doesn't give us enough bass though. That voicing works pretty well too. So C over B flat. Oh yeah. So in this case, our bass notes are moving down chromatically. So we're coming out of a C over B flat. Right, so I'm playing the C triad here. Eric? Who's Eric? I don't know anybody named Eric. But it's starting to get too cold for Hawaiian shirts, unfortunately. So I have to wear these t-shirts are a little tighter fitting, a little warmer. Eventually, you'll have to start putting on long sleeve shirts over it. But it's definitely getting too cool. Definitely getting too cool for the Hawaiian shirts. Ba-da-da, C over B flat, A minor 6. Then F sharp minor, or F minor 6 over A flat. R.I.P. So our bass is essentially going ba da da, C major 9 over G, then G minor 7, C 9, D 7 over F sharp. Yeah, finger that way. Then F minor 6. C major 9 over G. So we have these kind of bass patterns coming through here. Down, I don't like that transition though. That transition is not quite, or the voice leading is not quite as close and connected as I would like it to be there. Da-da-da-dum. Oh yeah, let's update our title too. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I listened to quite a bit of his stuff. You got into League of Legends and you're upset that you've chosen to waste 6 years of your life. Wait, so you just got into League of Legends and you're planning on wasting 6 years of your life? Or you've wasted the previous 6 years of your life before you got into League of Legends? Because honestly, that's kind of a toss-up. Voice that way. That works pretty well. That keeps our third in the bass, so it doesn't sound so much like a minor 6 chord, but it's still the right notes. So yeah, there we go. So this is kind of looping, just sort of looping this same sequence of changes over and over and over and over again for quite a while. Quite a while, actually. All right, so let me go listen to that again and get kind of get the melody and the feel down. Da 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 da. Oh, cool. Here's one actually with Jobim. They're playing it a whole step lower in this recording, though. Da da do do da do da do da do. So the melody is pretty straightforward. It's all like the melody is all in this tiny little window of the major scale. But we've got to kind of get it to where it sort of flows into itself really naturally. So rather than da 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 da, like ideally we'd be playing it all on one string. Do da da, do da da, do da 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 do. Well, hold on. I'll update the guitar command. This is a 2012 Kirk Sand mahogany. There you go. So now the guitar command is up to date. man, that'll be hard to really hard to play that rhythm and sing it at the same time. Really hard. Da do da do la do do. Da do da do la do do da. I think we need a higher voicing for that. We need to bring that chord when it shifts down to that one chord. Da 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 do da do do. We just need a little more life in it. Da 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 do. No, I'm staying on that too long. That implies too much. So if we put that high, if we put that 6 up in it up there, that doesn't quite work. What if we more cowbell? Finest bass I own? That's a tough question. I own some very nice basses. I like that voicing slightly better, but it's a lot more awkward. Well, you know, way more awkward. Holy crap, Keep Watch? Where have you been, son? Where has you been? Needs more cowbell. So let me see if I can hear and kind of work out the voicing they're using there. They're actually playing on an electric guitar too, which is kind of interesting. Ba 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 da 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 da. Let's get a little more reverb. No, but for real, Keep, where you been? Let's get like a tiny bit of delay on there too. So then when it shifts, it starts to move down into the other chords. It starts to move into a more traditional bossa feel. Did I break the Zion? What do you mean? No, the Zion still needs a saddle and like new pick guard. Probably gonna because what I want to do is I want to take the Zion down to just a single bridge humbucker, nothing else. Even though the neck pickup sounds fantastic, I want to start cutting the weight by moving it down to a single pickup, and then eventually move it to like a lace alumitone or some super light pickup like that, because it's just too freaking heavy. But no, you've been away for a while. Now, like the way we kind of use our donation goals is to work towards various guitar projects for fixing up guitars on stream and then using them on the stream. Because I realized like I've got so many projects and so many project guitars that we could be playing with on stream. So why not just use the donation goals to buy the parts for them and stuff, so I can get them fixed, or well, fix them. Most of them I can do myself and do on stream. So. All right, let's go back and listen to it, see what comes next. No, I don't want to sign into Pinterest. I don't want a Pinterest account. Leave me alone. Da do da do da do da do da do da do do. Ooh, this one looks like it's right. Let's see if I can. It'll actually let me read it. Ba ba do ba do do da do da do da do. Let's see, F sharp minor major 7 over A flat, or F minor major 7 over A flat. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Ba ba do ba do ba do do. Let's see. F minor major 7. Da do da do. voice that way. So basically, got to set up this sort of loop of this sequence of chords. Da do da da do da da la da 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 da. Yeah, like almost the entire thing if we're in this little B flat major scale here. Kind of hop up to these different higher scale tones at points. All the charts though are a whole step higher than the actual song is. Yeah, there's a bassist that's just playing don 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 don, just kind of playing these little single notes, kind of underneath everything. Don don. So you need to listen to where that voicing goes, because I got the voicings up to that point pretty well. So that goes higher. Bow, bow, doo, da, doo, da, doo, da, 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 then it sounds like it goes down a half step. So. This is, I'll link the version that I'm listening to in chat as well. There you go. So you guys can kind of hear the specific one that I'm listening to. Ba-da. Ba ba da ba da da da. Ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Alright, let's see. So then we've got like da-da. So I got to figure out this little voicing here when it comes out of this E flat 9. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. So da 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 da. Ba da ba da ba da ba 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 It's almost like a chromatic moving up. Ba da da da. I think it is. I think it's just taking the same chord. So we're coming out of this like A13. Da 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 do da 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 do da. There's a little sequence of like backdoor 2-5-1s. Da 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 dum. So. Da 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 da. Oh, there comes that. You hear that's right there is where that phaser sweep comes in on the piano, on like the little electric piano there. This chord progression was pretty much lifted, by the way. Now listening to it and working it out, was lifted for the end section, or the sort of bridge section of the song "Plush" by Stone Temple Pilots, which is amusing, really amusing. That. Ba da 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 da. Ba da da do da do da do da do do. Ba da da do da do da do da do da do. How do we want to voice that? Kind of sounded like one Green Day song. Which Green Day song? Yeah, dude, Stone Temple Pilots had tons of. I mean, Interstate Love Song wasn't until their second album. You know, the hits off the first album were like. And I free. How does that part go? Yeah, battery must be dying. Getting starting to get more of that little buzz, little grindy sound. As we go along, and then what else on the first album also had? All right, she tells me I'm a creep. Take time with a wanted hand, 'cause it likes to hear, I like to steer. I'm half the man I used to be. What else was on it? Like Wicked Garden was on that too. There were probably at least four radio singles off of the first album before Interstate Love Song even. Because you had Plush, you had Creep, you had Sex Type Thing, you had Wicked Garden. There might have been one more even. Might have been one more. I mean, Stone Temple Pilots got lumped in with grunge, but they really weren't. They weren't, you know, the same kind of band as Nirvana's and Pearl Jam's and Soundgarden's and stuff. Like I would think if you listened to Tiny Music, their third album, it would probably have a lot of things that you like on it. You know, it's got a lot more stuff that's kind of influenced by XTC and like power pop 80s, early 80s power pop stuff like that. And their chord progressions, harmonically, they were probably the most sophisticated of just about any of those bands from that time period. I mean, even if you look at the chord progression of Interstate Love Song itself, aside from the once we get into the actual chords, we get so we have this really clear voice leading. C sharp minor, then a G sharp in the first inversion, which you could look at as like a C minor sharp 5. Then we have a C sharp 7 in the third inversion, so with a 7 in the bass. And then we have a B flat minor 7 flat 5, which is actually really just the F sharp 9 in the first inversion. Then an A suspended 2, then back to the E. It's got a really, really wide variety of things on it. It's got some stuff on it that's more punkish. It's got some stuff on it that's more kind of almost a little jazzy in places, or lounge-like. It's just got all kinds of things all over it. And I mean, he was really sort of a chameleon vocally. The first album in particular tends to have more of the stereotypical grunge type vocals because that's what they were trying to sell them as. But I mean, he would sing in a ton of different styles just to sort of suit the vibe of the song. Or songs, they would do other unusual things too musically, like one of the radio songs from that album was Vaseline, Flies in the Vaseline, and the guitar basically just goes. Have the drums going da 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 da, and basically playing like a tumbao, playing like a Latin pattern, da 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 da, while the guitar plays this ostinato on top of it, and then the vocals are in a completely different time from that. The vocals are going, one time a thing occurred to me, what's real and what's for sale, on top of this is this kind of like swung 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and one time a thing occurred to me, what's real and what's for sale, think I'd be safer all alone. And you get this like polyrhythm kind of thing happening, this sort of swirl between all of the different rhythmic ideas that are going on from the instruments to the vocals, the drums to the guitar, and bass to the vocals. And it's pretty cool. Kind of a subtle thing, and not the type of thing that you heard on the radio much back then. You hear a lot of that in their music, a lot of in particular kind of Latin influence, because the guitar player and the bass player, the brothers, the DeLeo brothers, are the ones that wrote basically all of the music, and they were really into like bossa nova and Latin music, and guys like Glenn Campbell, and all those songs written by Jimmy Webb that Glenn Campbell did with all these really interesting and dense kind of chords. So you wind up hearing this kind of filtered into this sort of hard rock kind of sound. Third Eye Blind, man. I haven't thought about Third Eye Blind in a long, long time. A long, long time. Pretty much the only songs, the only thing I can remember from them is, of course, do 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 do, and oh, what's the other one? I can like hear it. I can hear it, but I can't quite remember it. Was it? Wish you could step back from that ledge, my friend. Da 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 da. Something like that. Yeah, Jumper. Jumper. That's it. That's the one I'm thinking of. Jim Carrey does it? What? Alright, so. Huh. What movie is it? I don't remember that in any Jim Carrey movie I've seen, but it's been a while. All right. So we're starting off in this case with this particular version. We're a whole step lower than we were before. We have this B flat over A flat. Ba, ba, da, 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 ba, do, da. I don't think I've ever seen that one. That doesn't sound familiar at all. Right, then we come down to this G minor 6. Right, so this is 3rd fret. We're starting off 4, then skipping the A string, 3, 3, 3. Then coming down a half step, 3, skip the A again, 2, 3, 3. Then when we come down to the this like E flat 6 over G flat, we have 2, skip the A, 1, 3, 1. So I'm barring down across all 3 of these with my index. So you got then a B flat major 7 ba over F. So this is 1, skip the A string again, then 3, 2, 3. Then up to E9, which is 7, 6, 7, 7. So then E flat major 9, which is 6, 5, 7, 6. Then A flat 13, which is 4, skip the A string, 4, 5, 6. Then A flat or A major 7, 5, 6, 6, 5, skip the A, 6, 6, sliding up to B flat major 7. So, Jim Carrey college. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. I've seen a couple of those people have posted online. Then a B flat suspended 4. You could play, I guess we could finger that way. That might even be a little bit easier. We start to move into this little kind of loop where we get da 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 da. Same chords as we've had previously with those bass notes, kind of vamping them over and over. Jim Carrey peaked with The Mask. Not the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. In terms of comedy, like straight comedy, then probably yeah. Well, yeah, of course he has better movies, but, you know, you're talking about Jim Carrey's peak, not Charlie Kaufman's peak. Speaking of Charlie Kaufman movies, you watched the new one on Netflix yet? Let's see. Where were we at? We were the oh, what was it called? What's it called? I just watched it like 2 weeks ago or something, and I've forgotten the name of it already. I can remember what happens. I'm thinking of ending things. Ba-da-da-dum. Yeah, it's a Charlie Kaufman movie, and it's pretty interesting. I mean, as his movies tend to be. I wouldn't say it's as good as like Synecdoche, New York, or Adaptation, but it's pretty good. Much better than I was expecting, like anything made for Netflix to be. Ba da da dum, da doo doo. Bam, pow, bam, bam, bam. Oh, ba da Let's see. The first I can remember hearing of Netflix was, I don't know, maybe 2004 ish, maybe something like that. Just doing the DVD thing. I wonder how old they actually are. Founded in 1997. Because I remember all the silly commercials they had, with like, you want to watch a movie? Now? What? Right now. Now? Right now. In like the early mid 2000s. With people receiving their bundles of and leaflets full of DVDs. But I mean, a lot of the stuff that they release under their own name is actually stuff that's produced entirely elsewhere and not by them. That they just slap their brand name on for distribution in the U.S. For instance, there's a new film, well, newish film by Alice Rohrwacher, who's one of my favorite contemporary directors, called Happy as Lazzaro, which is an Italian film that they've acquired the distribution rights. I don't know if it's just the streaming distribution rights or if it's the U.S. distribution rights, but they've branded it as a Netflix film, even though they didn't, really make it at all. But, they do that quite a bit with foreign stuff. B flat 7, flat 9. That's really just effectively a diminished chord. Da da da. Bad voicing, bad voicing. Da, da, da. There we go. That's how we want to finger that. Whew! Korean dramas. Man, I know someone that is way, way, way too into Korean dramas. And, like, to the point where if she runs out of ones to watch on Netflix or wherever, she will just start looking them up on YouTube with absolutely terrible either dubs or subs. Total Koreaboo. And they are terrible too, my God. Alright, so basically after we get through that first sort of cycle of chords, we basically just start looping the whole thing and create this kind of chain, sort of continuous chain of all the chords until we get to the bridge section. Never again. Never again. It is abysmal. I'm not happy with this chord voicing though. What are they? Cut the bass a little bit. So from the top. Ba-da-da-da. B flat over A flat. Alright, so that actually sounds just like a C chord over E. Smoother. Yeah, it's just really it really just kind of like pulls you into it and recycles and recycles and recycles and recycles. Did a bunch of key changes. Then back. So let's see if we can figure out that little bridge there. Ba, ba, do. So is it? It sounds like it goes down a minor third, probably. Yes, down to C sharp, then back to our B flat. It's super cool though. Nah, come on. Then our little bridges. seems like as it starts to move towards the end, it starts to move into like little different inversions of the chords. Really need to be wearing this guitar slightly lower, but I think this is as low as this strap will go. Let's see. Let's switch it up for the last 30 minutes or so. Let's talk about So let's talk some about changing away from the more Latin and bossa nova style. Let's talk a little bit about doing alternating thumb stuff. So say we're playing Merle Travis or Chet or Doc Watson or Elizabeth Cotton, someone like that. Your power went down? Wow. Straps have strap locks on them. I really need to find something to get this guitar a hair lower. It's a little tough on the wrist at this angle. Bring it back over here too, and maybe help a little bit. Lessen the classical position. Alright, so generally what we want to do when we're doing this kind of stuff, what gets classified as finger picking in the acoustic guitar world, as opposed to finger style, which would be kind of anything using your fingers to play. Finger picking tends to refer to sort of a specific style of playing with the fingers, where typically the thumb is going to be doing these alternating bass patterns. Sometimes it's doing what's called dead thumbing, which is where the thumb just plays one note. Right, but usually it's referring more to something where the thumb is going to switch between two strings and set up kind of a little kind of rhythmic pattern. And then the rest of our fingers will play the melody on top of that. So generally what we do is we start setting the thumb up. We rest our wrist down here on the bridge because typically we want to palm mute these bass notes to kind of give them a little bit of punch. Or let's start with a C chord. Because a million of these songs just they tend to just use these sort of open chord shapes, at least at first, as you're kind of learning the basics of them. So we'll take a C chord shape. Right, and bass note number 1 is going to be the root note of that on the A string. And if we're looking at these, we'll simplify it. We'll turn them into just like quarter notes. Ultimately, they're going to break down into eighth notes, but we'll go 1. Then on 2, we're going to hit the D string. Then on 3, we're going to hit the E string. We're going to shift our ring finger up to the 3rd fret on the E string. Then on 4, we're going to hit the D string again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll turn the delay off thing here a little more clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm not palm muting. And the real trick is to get the thumb to where it can do that on its own, where basically your thumb will have its own little brain, and your thumb will just sort of continually play the rhythm pattern, whatever the rhythm pattern may be. In most cases, it's just something simple like that. Then our other fingers will start to bring in other tones from the chord, tones in the melody eventually, on top of and in between that sort of foundation that's laid by the thumb. So let's say we wanted to add our index finger on the open G string here on beat 1. Let's say we wanted to put it on beat 2. Beat 3. Beat 4. Right? You can synchronize any finger to any beat. Let's do middle finger. That's beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then beat 2. Beat 3. Beat 4. Right, then ring finger. Then beat 2. Beat 3. right? Get that direct synchronization between them. Then start trying to, say, mix those fingers up. Let's say for one measure I'm going to play middle finger, and then the next measure I'm going to play ring finger, or vice versa. Let's start with the ring finger first, and then middle finger. So we'll go. Then we could incorporate index. So that was ring finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, middle, 2, 3, 4, index, 2, 3, 4, middle, 2, 3, 4. Right away, even with just that simple C chord, we start to hear a song start to come out of that. Got to not make it too fancy. Man. I don't know, sliding seems off. Trying to make that slide. Right? So you start sort of hearing these basic kind of little themes and ideas that we hear in lots and lots and lots of songs emerge as we start to sort of apply different combinations to those bass notes. So you can do something like, say, put the index finger on all of the ands. Let's say we want to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Depending on how much we want to split it up. That gives us something very similar to what's called Alberti bass in classical music, in the classical period. Right, and that creates a more elaborate platform. Then we can sort of selectively choose to not play on all of the ands, but simply play on some, and so we'll start to get patterns like, which then starts to really give us that kind of almost gallopy, horse-like feel in the cowboy songs. Almost a swing kind of feel. the song that I usually teach, basically one of the sort of formative songs in this style of music is the song "Freight Train" by Elizabeth Cotten, which everybody has covered and done a version of. Uh, the basic outline of the song is very, very, very simple, but you can make it as elaborate as you want. And, we really only have 4 chords. We have a C chord, we have a G chord, and a G7 if you want to consider that a variation of the G chord. Then we have E and F. And our sequence is going to go C, G, stay on G, C, E, F, C, G, C. Right? We're just going to cycle through that over and over and over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then loop back. Right? Then our melody is going to go 3rd fret on the E string, this high G note, open E, 3rd fret on the B string, 1st fret on the B string, so, then open B, then 3rd on the E, 1st on the E, so, I'm making it a little more elaborate there, but that's the basic outline. Over the C, then over the G, C, E, F, C, G, C. What I'm doing to make that sound more elaborate there is I'm adding in these kind of little triplets into the middle of the pattern. But those little outlines of most of these songs, if you can get the thumb to stay steady, give you tons of freedom on top to make them as complex as you want them to be. So you could go all the way from bare bones to that's actually too busy. That's almost distasteful. It's so busy. But then using those little triplets to make it more kind of interesting in places. right place just to give it some rhythmic punctuation and some feel can make the piece a lot more interesting. You know, sort of regardless of which chord form or which particular tune you're playing. Using something in the key of E, in that case, something with kind of a blues feel to it. You know, the cannonball rag in that case. Implies these sort of triplets. The thumb is still just alternating. Makes it sound really elaborate. The left hand is really just playing simple little chord shapes. It's all the right hand, juxtaposing these little subdivisions on top of 1, 2, 3, 4. Said really it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but it's pretty simple to simplify it and just count it as quarter notes, fast quarter notes. You know, the left hand, E7, A9, D9, G, E7, A9, D9, G, D, D7 flat 9, D, but it's really just moving this note up. Which is actually the same thing that happens in the song Brazil at the very beginning. Amusingly enough. The thumb is still just come full circle. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Just some noodling, I guess, to wrap things up. Man, I'm feeling really, 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 really worn out today. But we broke 3 hours. Had a nice mellow stream. Jammed on some chill tunes. Yeet. Yeah, keep hope. I hope you can hang out more, man. We've been missing you in here. It's been Alec doing all the work. Doing all the heavy lifting. Yeah, the strap is definitely too high for this guitar because I let it off and immediately felt my shoulder relax. I have to go get one of the other ones and find one that's linked correctly for this. Well, hopefully, if you've only got one class left, you should have some time, right? It's time to hang out. Busy, just don't do the busy work. Or just do it all completely mindlessly. Or just send the professor a note and say, hey man, I don't need this busy work. I got this. You can do it. I've done it. You know, I've had a couple classes where I've gone to the professors and said, look, I just want to do the papers and the tests and the exams. I don't care about any of this homework at all. It's not going to help me. It's just going to make it too much work for me to do. And actually, they were pretty okay with that because it's less for them to grade. You know, basically just had to say, like, I'm not going to accept it as, you know, not going to have it as a component of my grade. Because that's usually the first thing that they say is like, oh, it's a quarter of your grade, and I'm like, I don't care, just weight everything else more heavily. Why do you still have online busy work, given that you're pretty much done with or that you're working on a friggin' whatchamacallit? Like, you should be well past that in a master's program. Wait till Black Friday will probably be the camera if I could get the camera. This has been the continual problem with both the camera and the PC parts is that the minute they go on sale anywhere, they just disappear. They're just gone immediately. You know, I think it's just resellers buying them and then putting them on eBay and marking them up a week later. But I'm going to see what I can get. You know, I have my list of parts, of the basic parts for the build. You know, I have the cameras and accessories and stuff that I want. Just have to hope that I can get them in time before they all sell out. Yeah, I mean, they really ought to. I mean, I know that these are giant corporations that could care less, but they really ought to put purchase limits or something on them. You know, you can only buy one or two. So if there's a good enough sale, if there's a real sale on them, which hopefully there should be, for the main camera, I'm going to try to get a Sony A6400 because obviously it can do, you know, it can stream 1080p 60, it can even do 4K, but we don't really need that, obviously. But it shoots really good stills too, and it has amazing autofocus. You know, so as we kind of move around with the guitar, it can track better than pretty much anything under $1,000 out there. But, the backup for that is the 5100, which is good as far as video goes. The autofocus is nowhere near as good though. But there's a bunch of like YouTubers and stuff like that have made videos about how great it is. So now it's impossible to get too. Even when it's not on sale. And then I'm going to try to pick up a couple of the nice, like, you know, $150-ish webcams to use for like pedal cam and maybe like close up of hand cam. Though I don't know, maybe a GoPro or something would be better for that because we can mount it in a lot of different ways. But I want to have at least two cameras, you know, one main wide camera and then one close-up camera that we can fix as a stationary camera on the pedals or on, you know, on the close-up on the guitar and hands or something, whatever we need it to be on. Long run, I'd like to have three, but two will be a start. Yeah, the thing with the secondary camera is that it basically needs to be something that's easy to position, and then something, if it's going to be something that's going to be used for like close-ups of the hands, it needs to be able to like deliver a steady 60, obviously, so that hand movement doesn't look choppy or weird. But one for just like pedal cam or something like that, that can be whatever. You know, as long as you can see clearly with it. So that's actually probably the most common request that I've gotten is to get like a pedal cam, so we can see you turning knobs. I was hoping to start getting all this stuff months ago, but it's just not in stock anywhere, or massively, massively overpriced in the case of the computer parts. Some of the PC parts that I've been watching have just been like, whoosh. Then occasionally they drop down and then they're all gone. Whenever the prices drop down, I guess it's because they're not available anywhere. But I'm not the type of person, Keith Watts can attest to this, I'm not the type of person who will overpay for something just to get it. Like, I will wait and watch and wait and watch and wait and watch for the deal. Or at least for something to be appropriately priced. Yeah, I'll post it on the Discord. I made a PC part picker list, not a PC part liquor. No, that's not going to work. You say it that way. PC part picker is not as good as Price Watch, though. Yeah, 1500, we already have the monitor, fortunately. So 1500 is about where I want to cap the main build at. One of the most obnoxious things has been cases. All of the decent cases are unobtainium and massively overpriced at the moment. Because I guess like everybody has just decided they're going to build a computer. So cases that are normally like $120 are now $250 if you can find them. Oh yeah, dude, Corsairs have gone crazy, especially like the 760T. Was it 760T? I think like the 750s and 760s. Like they have gotten so much more expensive. Zorro theme song. It's probably something like that. Using that Rasguiato. Most of them, once you get up into like the 7 series, I think they all have at least one glass, like plexiglass panel. Dude, lighting is the thing I care least about. I'm in fact annoyed. Like the best RAM value for RAM that I've found, I think, because you're gonna do a 32 gig build. At but the best value for RAM that I found still has RGB on it, and I'm like, don't you make this with no RGB? And everybody I've talked to is like, why would you want it with no RGB on it, bro? Like I would much rather save, $20 per stick or something like that, and it not have stupid lights on it, or per pair. The closest thing they make one with very, very similar specs without RGB, but not exactly the same, but similar. But then it has these big dumb heat sinks on it that apparently can damage your motherboard when you try to install it. Has like these big dumb curved heat sinks that stick way out, and apparently on some boards they won't clip in properly and then they wind up damaging the connectors. But the ones with RGB don't have that, so I guess I'm gonna have dumb lights in my box that no one will ever see. Yeah, it actually probably could hit the cooler because they look pretty chunky. They look like they're like that tall. That's another thing actually, because we don't want to. I'm gonna have to learn and like to get into fan curves and figure out exactly how to dial the fans in to be quiet. Because obviously, if we're gonna be doing like live recording and stuff like that, we can't have a friggin' jet engine going off underneath the table here. arm muting. If you use your arm to palm mute, you get a really woofy sound compared to using your palm. DVD drive? What year is this? No drives at all, man. Not even a hard drive. Just gonna connect it directly to my brain. Now, I don't know if I want to do any optical drives at all, really. I'm just going to get like the newest version, whatever the newest Samsung NVMe SSD is, and just implant it directly into my skull. And then jumper that to the motherboard. I mean, at this point, it'd pretty much just be backing up the the streams and videos and stuff, which a drive would be fine for, like a hard drive would be fine for. It's interesting. Scooping the mids. Weird. Scooping the mids causes a little high frequency buzz to get through. Bizarre. Must cut just the right frequency to let that one stand out. Oh, I live in Georgia. But it is definitely time to wrap it up. I am starving. I'm going to die. Clearly. To die of malnutrition. I'm so freaking hungry right now. So, yep, literally wasting away on screen and on stream as you watch. If you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. If you haven't hit the follow button, hit the follow button. I will be back Wednesday at about 9 p.m. Eastern. Should be washed out Wednesday, playing with pedals, making weird noises and ambient music and drone music and stuff. We might mix it up. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. Make sure you check out the socials, the Instagram, the YouTube, the Twitter. They have things, usually guitar things on them if you like guitar. But I'll be back Wednesday. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks, Keith, for stopping back in after 12 million years. Ofasad and Ride and everybody else for chatting and contributing. And I'll catch you guys next time.